So I got about 100 comments saying that I should cover Sonic 3. Like, I get it, bro. But hey, we're not gonna waste any more time, man. DJ, play my jam. So the movie starts off and we're currently in Prison Island, the same place the Diddler, Bill Cosby, and R. Kelly are being held at right now. But then we suddenly switch inside of the building and we see two guards monitoring the area. Let's go, you got some donuts for us? Nah bro, I already devoured all of them like Rod Wave.
Is this not serious?
And we just see the perfect life form, Shadow, chilling inside of this capsule like he's Goku from Dragon Ball Z. And I knew something was about to go down when I heard that this man say that Shadow hasn't moved in over 50 years. I could just sense that those were about to be his famous last words. But my boy Shadow was reminiscing about better times when he used to go on dates with his snow bunny. I know Dr. Umar was having a temper tantrum when he saw the scene in the theaters.
What happened to the original plot of the movie?
But suddenly, Shadow's world completely changed when he got taken away from Maria as she got sent to the Michael Jackson concert. They did my dog dirty, bro. We then see Shadow slowly waking back up from his long life coma, and this obviously puts John Cena in fear. Yo bro, is that normal? No, we're cooked. Send in all reinforcements now. So the security guards line up with their weapons, and I'm not gonna lie, if I was one of these people, I would be shaking in my boots right now. You're telling me bro was locked up for over 50 years for a crime he didn't even commit? That's gotta be motivated, bro. I know Shadow was like, what did I do?
What did I?
But Shadow then finally awakens and breaks right out of the glass in slow motion. And peep that outfit, bro was dripped out since the 1900s. I know Duke Dennis and Shadow used to be best pals back in the day. But this man instantly curled up his fist and I already knew what type of timing he was gonna be on for the rest of the film. Bro even stared at the camera to make sure we saw him. That's IG flick number 1 right there. Shadow then hits the instant teleport, had the guards confuzzled, but then he appears right back and gives bro CTE, follows up by kicking bro in the face, watch your back goofy, then proceeds to Spartan kick another one, lands a mean jab, had this man's back bouncing off of the wall like a Spider-Man 2 victim. Like nah, you cannot convince me that this is a superhero right here, but Shadow really said, I think we ain't done yet. Cause bro starts going on a complete rampage, knocking out these guards with utter ease until there's just one person remaining. And I don't know why bro is still trying. Like please do us all a favor and put the gun down, little bro. Shadow then seals this man's fate by hitting a vicious uppercut, knocking him out in one punch. And even after seeing this pure violence, this man has the audacity to say this.
We need more guys.
You serious?
But Shadow then walks out of the prison cell with absolutely no emotion in his body and he lays his eyes on Tokyo as he teleports and starts hitting the most cleanest dash I've ever seen. Like Shadow is already aura farming and we're only 4 minutes into the film. I know bro used to be the most nonchalant skater in gym class. Look at him. So the next scene pops off with Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails getting ready to get deployed so that they can stop whatever madness is going on in Shibuya right now. Hey bro, where we landing at? I'm thinking Tilted Towers. Nah, I'm more of a Pleasant Park type of guy. The three stooges then proceed to jump right off of the helicopter and they land right in their desired area with the city in flames and people fearing for their lives. Like nah, these three really thought they were cold pulling up. Look at them. Then out of nowhere, a random tank gets thrown right at them, but Knuckles luckily catches it using his 1,000 pounds of pure muscle. And then we see an oddly familiar figure in the background, and it's none other than Shadow, who starts making his appearance. Like Shadow's entrance was so hard that even Sonic couldn't resist glazing this man, had Knuckles and Tails in pure disbelief. But they really outdid themselves. They got my goat Keanu Reeves to voice act for Shadow? Personally, this was an amazing choice. I was so geeked when I first heard that voice, bro. But Sonic starts getting mad confused cause he's like, why do you look like me? Man, who are you? And Shadow in response has to say this.
You!
Yes?
Not you, him! What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you!
I am me. He's me. And I'm you.
And Shadow gives everyone a quick warning shot talking about walk away right now or else I'm gonna boom you all. But y'all know Knuckles, man. He was not about to get talked down like that by a Temu version of Sonic. Cause he immediately starts sprinting at Shadow and hops into the air getting ready to throw them hands. But peep the nefarious side eye from Shadow. You know bro had to get IG flick number 2. and he wasn't even facing Knuckles while he was rushing at him. But Shadow was really 2 steps ahead like Nick Avocado, cause he jump scares the crap out of Knuckles and twists this man's arm. Had my dog hitting the... Shadow then starts playing ping pong with Knuckles' body in mid-air, juggling him around the sky like he's Lionel Messi, and then finally finishes the 10-piece combo with a heavy attack, booting my man Knuckles straight onto the pavement. Like, geez Louise, I know his skin is looking worse than Two-Face right now, but Sonic and Tails had to tell Knuckles to get up. And Shadow was just standing there eyeing the group down with pure hatred. Like, bro, the way Shadow was beating down on Knuckles, you would think he massacred his family or something. Like, I started thinking to myself, what did he do to make them that mad? So everyone then squares up against Shadow, but we can clearly tell that they do not got that dog in them, cause bro speed blitzes behind them and then rocks the life out of Tails like a side character. And it's actually crazy that no matter the iteration, Shadow will always hit Tails 50 times harder than the other hedgehogs. Like, I'm starting to believe that Shadow hates 9-year-olds. Like, someone please call up PETA, this is child abuse. Shadow then proceeds to knock poor Knuckles out of the frame, and then he literally grabs onto Sonic's neck like he's the Undertaker, taking him up extremely high into the air. And bro, at this point I was ready to close my eyes, cause we all knew Sonic was about to get disrespected harder than Travis Hunter's wife. Shadow then hits Sonic with a WWE finisher, slamming my dog straight into the floor. I know his bones are looking like Squidward right now, straight crippled. But to put the icing on the cake, we then get a reference to one of Shadow's games, Shadow the Hedgehog, and then he proceeds to call Sonic a weakling. Like, nah, me personally, I'm never gonna let that type of disrespect slide. This is your movie, bro. He can't keep getting away with this.
He can't keep getting away with it!
But this isn't even the best part yet. I'm not trolling, cause this man Shadow then pulls out a Glock 19 out of thin air in true John Wick fashion.
Don't try to follow me.
And the crowd goes wild. How do y'all expect me not to glaze Shadow when he's out here doing stuff like this? Bro is quite literally the first YN animal to touch the face of this earth.
Sweet cheese on your snitching ass twin.
And in response, Tails is like, yo Sonic, just leave him alone. But this man Sonic had to get his get back expeditiously as he starts chasing Shadow down, speeding up in traffic right beside him. But Shadow was obviously not trying to hear any more nonsense, cause he starts blasting away at Sonic repeatedly like the true menace he is, and you gotta switch on that thing. He's dangerous. And I gotta give props to Sonic, cause he was really weaving and bobbing every single bullet and even managed to hit this sit back pose right here. But after we get this little chase down scene with Sonic gripping onto Shadow's motorcycle with dear life, he obviously did not want Sonic to ruin his precious paint job, so he teleports mid-air and literally starts racing Sonic upwards on a building. But that did not last very long like Lil Baby's music career, cause Shadow outpowers Sonic and then proceeds to hit the coldest Akira slide known to mankind. Oh, ho, ho. And that's IG flick number 3 right there. The cameraman really made sure to get the angles right. Even I couldn't hold a straight face while watching the scene. I had to crack a little smile, almost put a tear to my eye. Shadow then slides off of the building, and that's IG flick number 4. Cause look at how bro is posted up. He's aura farming without even trying. Y'all were really talking about Piccolo, but I don't think anyone can compete with Shadow if we're being honest. Shadow and Sonic then start accelerating towards the middle like Rod Wave and Queso fighting for the last chicken nugget, and we get this clean cinematic clash with the entire city lights getting shut down. And hey, you, if you're still watching right now, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we are on the road to 100k. So the next scene kicks off with Commander Walters arriving at this restaurant with Sonic and the gang, and they obviously want questions as to how a big black hedgehog terrorized their entire city and literally appeared out of nowhere. But Unk then starts telling them a story about the old days where Shadow's power level used to be so high that they had to contain him away from society because he was too dangerous. And looking at it from this perspective, Shadow wasn't even a bad guy. They literally put my dog into solitary confinement like Tai Lung. How do you expect him not to crash out? And the hedgehogs were having a great time, you know, enjoying the show and all, but that's until the party gets bombarded by a bunch of Kai Cenat sized robots, and they all manage to get out of the line of fire before they get turned into straight dust particles. But then they all suddenly realize that these drones were sent from Mr. Eggman, and at first thought I'm like, didn't Sonic already pack this dude up from the last movie? Even Tails' little stupid ass knew that he shouldn't be alive right now. And then a random dude in a motorcycle pulls up, and luckily it's not Shadow this time, but he proceeds to wipe out all of the drones, then deactivating them with his gadget, as he then proceeds to leave the area without saying a single word to Sonic and the crew. And respect to that guy for saving them, because if he wasn't there in time, these three would be at the Iron Man meet and greet right now. But then we tragically see Commander Walter laid out on the ground, and before dying, dying, he hands Sonic a keycard to the most powerful weapon the gun has ever created, and that will come in handy later on in the film. But RIP to my guy Walter, he's a real one. So the next scene starts off and we see the man himself, Dr. Eggman, chilling inside of his ship like a League of Legends player, just eating his life away like he's Rod Wave. And oh nah, look at bro's nasty old room, he probably hasn't cleaned it in years. So Team Sonic then end up catching the motorcycle guy lacking, and then they finally make their arrival onto the ship. And I thought that these boys were about to throw hands on sight, cause we're not gonna forget the level of beef they had from the last film. But anyways, they come up with a conclusion that in order to defeat Shadow, they gotta team up with their Dr. Eggman, in order to take him down. And so my dog finally stops being the Discord mod that he is and gets a fresh haircut by his homie and prepares to face off against Shadow. So then the group arrives at this abandoned area to see where Shadow is hiding at, which originally used to be Shadow's old home, and they got this place looking like a junkyard, even had rats roaming around the sewers. But then suddenly we see Shadow appear behind Agent Stone and Tails, and bro straight up jump scares them like it's Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, look at their faces, dog. This just puts into perspective how horrifying Shadow really is. We now cut to my boy Sonic, and you know, he's just minding his own business until Shadow literally instant TPs to his location, and he starts pressing Sonic like a high school bully, cause bro grabs him by the head and then tosses him like a ragdoll, finishing it off with a violent punch. And you know it's bad when even the directors had to turn the cameras off. Sonic probably got Antonio Brown levels of CTE right now. So my dog Dr. Eggman comes to find out that there's an older version of himself, and after interrogating Unc, he then tells him that he's his long lost grandfather. But my question is, where was this man for Dr. Eggman's whole life? He's like that one relative that visits you but you have absolutely no clue who that is.
Stop acting like you know me. I don't know you.
Alright, I call Avatar Aang. Bet, I'll be Jada Pinkett then. But your forehead is bigger than mine. So then we transition over to see Team Sonic tied up together, and this man Shadow was tired of Sonic's yapping because he snags the key card from his pocket. And these boys were truly plotting something diabolical because Shadow wants to get his get back on gun for booming Maria, and Eggman Sr., like a true villain, tells everyone,
"Seems as though I'll have to do something truly despicable to defeat the US government."
But most importantly, their objective is to send a Call of Duty airstrike on gun headquarters. But there's one problem, because the remaining key card is at gun headquarters and they need that in order to launch the operation. So yeah, basically Dr. Eggman ends up backdooring Team Sonic and leaves in his ship to go to travel to gun headquarters. But then this man Shadow tries sending everyone to the Shadow Realm while they are tied up and are unable to move. But luckily they use the Sonic Ring to open a portal to a random location and they almost fall off the cliff and die. Black Widow can relate. So fast forward a bit, and after Team Sonic and the humans cook up a tactical plan to invade gun headquarters to intercept the opposition, we then arrive in London, and this dude Eggman starts aura farming because who are you posing for, bro? But I can't lie, this entrance was mad clean. Like if I ran up on these guys in the streets of London, best believe I'm keeping my 50 feet blade on standby. I cannot get caught lacking.
Oi, why are you disrespecting me, bruv? My mistake, original gangster. No, this cannot be forgiven. Now empty the compartments of your pantaloons.
Tom and Maddie then proceed to break right into gun headquarters, and they really had no security guarding the area, which allows for both of them to break right into the security room with zero effort. And after using Tails' tech support skills, giving them elite callouts to secure the area, they actually managed to succeed somehow. But don't celebrate too early, because they see that Dr. Eggman beat them to it, as these two are already on their way to the vault. And it's really looking like one of those Mr. Beast videos. Steal this 100k diamond and you keep it. Like man, ain't nobody got time for that. But then out of nowhere, the Eggman start busting out the most craziest dance moves, moving in unison. Like I know that these two would break world records on Dance Dance Revolution. But hey, I can't even lie. This has to be my favorite duo in the entire movie. I might have to hit up Chris Brown for some lessons after this. No, not those ones. And meanwhile, we see Sonic going fast, no pun intended. And Tails is like, you're not gonna make it in time. But Sonic then starts locking in, cause he speeds up, jumps off of the bridge majestically, and it looks like it's gonna be a close one. But Tails then comes in clutch cause he swings him like a boomerang, allowing for Sonic to make it to gun headquarters just in time. And hey, as useless as Tails is, that was a good play, so I can't even say anything. So Sonic makes it just in time and catches the two Eggmans in the facility, but then they immediately start skedaddling towards the keycard, only to get sucked in by the gravity waves, causing them to be flattened out like Flat Stanley. But then this man Sonic starts trash talking them, just for bro to start flying in the air and get humbled real quick. talk. Like, this man Sonic actually pisses me off sometimes. He just does not stop talking. But then all of a sudden, Director Rockwell pulls up to the scene and she got these boys looking stupid while telling them that this entire thing was a trap. It was fake. I knew it.
I knew it.
Now, me personally though, I would have replaced the real card with a bootleg one. So even if anyone gets their hands on the key card, it's not gonna work, bro. You just gotta think with your brain sometimes, you know? But anywho, Tom, Maddie, and Tails also get captured by the military guards, and it's not looking too good for Team Sonic because they got everyone surrounded with guns. And Rockwell is like, the only way y'all are leaving is in handcuffs. But come on, man, we all knew that was straight cap, because we then switch over to Knuckles, who jumps off of the clock tower and comes flying in like a fireball, breaking the rooftop and makes one of the hardest entrances. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna have to start calling them Team Knuckles from now on. That's my dog right there. So Knuckles then causes a disruption in the gravity system, causing for literally everyone to start floating in the air, and even some getting stuck to the ground. Like, I don't know what's going on right now, but there's clear danger, because a bunch of spheres start falling on the ground. But then my boy Sonic then uses his power-up, turns into a ball, and then manages to save everyone right in time before they get the Obito Uchiha treatment and get crushed like a grape. And by the looks of Sonic's condition, he clearly has CTE right now, so he can't move at all, which allows for Rockwell to leave the room with a key card right in her hands. But then Tom, using his 200 IQ, cooks up a quick plan, and he manages to disguise himself as Commander Walters. And I know Shorty was confused, because he just got packed up like 30 minutes ago, and she was there too. How the hell is this man still alive? So Walters then takes the key card from her, and right as he's walking away and alerting the group about it, he then gets pulled up on by my dog Shadow, and he was not happy at all. Bro's been waiting 50 years to get vengeance from Maria, and he was not gonna waste this chance. Cause Shadow then proceeds to boom the life out of my guy Walters, revealing that it's actually Tom, and Shadow was like, hold on, who the hell is this? Sonic then zooms into the scene and finds his own man's laid out like a Batman victim, and this incident right here was definitely Sonic's canon event. Anything that he decides to do from this point on is reasonable. And before leaving the scene, Shadow then proceeds to drop one of the coldest lines in the entire film.
What did you do? What I had to.
So while my guy Wade is playing hockey with the Master Emerald, you know, having a fun time, but then literally out of nowhere, this man Sonic then decides to pull up and appear through this portal. And Sonic really said, no more Mr. Nice Guy, it's time to tweak out. Hey bro, hand me the Master Emerald right now or you're not seeing your family. But Knuckles said, I'm not allowed to give this to you. Alright, you got it, little bro. And then we get introduced to one of the most hype power-ups in all of fiction, cause this man Sonic then uses the Master Emerald and unlocks his final form Super Saiyan, like it's Dragon Ball Z. And I know Toriyama looking down at this like, he copied my whole flow, word for word, bar for bar. And as we all know, Gun has been hijacked by Dr. Eggman and his crew, and they really got this whole thing live on broadcast. That's how serious it is. The fate of the universe is literally on the line right now, cause they got death beams pointing at the planet Earth from outer space. Like, I don't even think the Prime Avengers could be able to stop this attack right here.
One eternity later.
So Shadow then peeps that a life form is accelerating extremely fast right towards him, and Eggman Sr. knew they were cooked. But do you want to know what Shadow decides to do? He just stood there and didn't even move at all. Bro just started aura farming while an angry Sonic was flying right towards him. Like, nah, cause imagine Rod Wave running right at you. What's stopping you from moving out of the way, bro? Sonic then tackles the crap out of Shadow at light speed, and they're probably both moving at 1,000,000 miles a second. I know every speedster watching the scene couldn't believe their eyes. How are they moving that fast? But then Sonic and Shadow go crashing straight into the ground, making an NBA Youngboy dent in the floor. And that boy Sonic was standing on nothing but business, told Shadow to show himself, as he then teleports behind Sonic and literally beats the Sonic rings out of him, forcing Sonic to hit the Spider-Man pose. Like, bro, you got the Sonic coins knocked out of you. You lost all of your materials. Sonic and Shadow then go rushing into the air to grab the Chaos Emeralds in the middle. And that's IG flick number 5, bro. Look at this absolute wallpaper of a frame right here.
Incredible.
But then we get this huge colossal blast, and you can just see Sonic's aura radiating through the screen right now. But guess what? He's not the only one with these special abilities, cause Shadow then activates Super Saiyan Rose. Oh my goodness, bro. And at this point, I really thought I was watching Goku versus Vegeta, cause Sonic zooms in at Shadow but instantly gets blocked with a single hand, and his eyes were closed the whole time, bro. Like, I honestly love Shadow's character so much cause he's nonchalant just like me. We're twinsies for real. Shadow then drops the infamous line,
This ends now.
as he then proceeds to pummel Sonic in the face, then follows up with a mean backhand into a vile uppercut. Had my boy Sonic floating in the air like he's SpongeBob listening to music. But wait, he's not finished, cause Shadow then grabs his leg and gives Sonic brain damage. That boy is gonna be struggling to say the first 5 letters of the alphabet after this fight is over. Shadow then swings him around town, making Sonic smash right into a few mountains repeatedly until he flies right into a volcano. Like, jeez, bro, I know that hurt like crazy, cause the only protective gear that Sonic has is his fur, so he's gotta be on 1 HP right now. That boy Shadow is straight cooking right now, I can't even lie. So Sonic then tries escaping, but Shadow slams his ass back down. He said, "You're not going anywhere without my permission." But then Sonic tries a punch, but it's blocked with ease. And then Sonic takes Shadow on a little joyride as they start tussling like little bro and big bro. But here's where things get taken to the next level, cause Sonic literally starts punching Shadow into different dimensions with a single punch. Like, bro, do you know how much power your punches gotta wield for you to be able to do that? And this fight was looking like a Sparking Zero battle from Eggman's perspective, and they even disappeared into thin air. Like, dang, can y'all slow down a bit, bro? Shadow then gets on the offensive cause he lands a mean double kick, sending him back, to which they clash together using their fists. And then Sonic lands a clean 5-piece combo, then goes in for a left jab, but Shadow then teleports behind Sonic and volleys the mess out of Sonic, making him skip like a rock across the water. Yeah, bro, that boy Sonic, he got cooked, and Shadow really started asserting his dominance, talking about,
Your life literally is as valuable as a summer ant. I'm just gonna stomp you. You're gonna keep coming back. I'm gonna seal up all my cracks. You're gonna keep coming back. Why? Because you keep smelling the syrup.
But Sonic really had to remind Shadow who the superior hedgehog is, cause bro speeds up in the air and lands the most vicious Superman punch I've done ever seen. Hoo-hoo! That sequence was so clean. And that man Shadow got clocked so hard that he went tumbling all the way onto the moon, and then he ends up losing his Super Saiyan Rose form. And this right here is the face of a man who knows he's about to get fried badly, cause he does, as Sonic lands right on top of him, getting ready to land the finishing blow. But Shadow then tells him, "You ain't got that dog in you, you're a little puppy." But Sonic then ends up coming to his senses like Omni-Man from Invincible, as he then lets go of Shadow and realizes that what he's doing is wrong right now. As Sonic then starts powering all the way down to base form, and he starts hitting Shadow with that talk no jutsu, telling him that there are no winners with revenge. Hey, I'm not gonna hold y'all, that's a tough quote right there. I might have to add that one in the yearbook. So Sonic then helps my boy Shadow ride up, and then these two proceed to drop the hardest dap up in movie history, hitting the iconic pose from Sonic Adventure 2. Like, nah bro, that was spectacular. You have no idea how good Sonic and Shadow were. But basically, the movie concludes with Sonic and Shadow stopping the death beam from destroying planet Earth into dust and pieces. Like, man, you genuinely cannot ask for a better film. This was an absolute 10 out of 10 movie. And if y'all enjoyed watching this long video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, because we are closing in on 100K. Y'all know the drill. I'm out. Peace.